everybody, Jessica welcoming you back for another wonderful yoga practice. Today we're going to be using a really gentle vinyasa style flow to help us open up the muscles and the joints of the body while also gently working on a bit of full body strength. We are going to be working in a supported practice here today, so no floor poses. We will not be getting up and down. Rather, we will be filling in that support with a chair. A little quick note, the cold weather and my repeated classes have my wrists feeling just a little bit sensitive. So I will probably be switching out, looking to support my practice here today with my softer box. If you feel like substituting in a different piece of equipment rather than the chair, you can work with a box, a bench, anything that you happen to have handy that is sturdy, stable, and supportive to help you as you bend forward into some of those standing yoga poses so that you do not have to get all the way down to the floor. So go ahead and get set up with whatever works best for your body here today. We're going to start our practice right now. All right, let's go ahead and get started with our flow. You do not need to worry about changing sides of your supporting object here today. We are simply going to face the largest part of that surface. And we're gonna start off here, connecting and grounding through those feet. Take time here. Maybe a little bit easier if you are barefoot, but really feel that connection of the feet into the floor and working our way from the ground up. Soft bend through those knees, tailbone tuck to lengthen through that low back, and then lightly engage the core muscles up and in. You're still continuing to breathe. You're not sucking in the belly button or holding the breath. Arms can open out to the sides. You can hold them to the thighs if that's a little bit easier. If you are working with a chair, fingertips to the back if you would like that extra support. And we will go ahead and get started with our vinyasa. This is going to be a pretty repetitive movement through today's practice. By the end of it, it will almost be committed into the memory bank, but we will be adding long variations throughout the practice. So let's inhale, take those arms up overhead, nice and slow. Exhale through the center, soften through those knees, send those hips back, hands fall to the chair. Inhale up to halfway fold, lengthen the shoulders back, stretch the crown of the head forward, maybe pull the hips back a little bit. Exhale, soften those knees, round through that lower back, drop yourself down, forward fold. Inhale, tuck the tailbone, press from those feet to inhale, roll it all the way back up. Arms come up, overhead, great job here. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down, as much as feels good. Feel free to modify any pose here today that doesn't work for you. Inhale up, halfway lift. Stretch, great job here. Exhale, release it to forward fold. Soften those knees, press from those feet, tuck that tailbone, inhale, roll it on up. Let's take one more here. Exhale, forward fold. Down and soften into this pose. Inhale up, halfway fold. Exhale, drop it back down into your forward fold. Bend those knees. And in this one here, give me a little shimmy through the hips or maybe the shoulders. Find what works for you, maybe both. You can work towards the shimmy or away from it. Take a second here just to play and experiment. We'll bring it back to the center. And let's come back up, rounding through the hips and nice and strong. Hopefully things are getting a little bit warmer. Inhale, take those arms up overhead, working with a little bit of back strength here. So make sure that you're not pushing the belly button forward and really compressing through the low back, nice and tall. Exhale, cactus arms here. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus arms. Squeeze those back muscles. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, cactus arms. Open the chest and the shoulders here as you work those back muscles. Hold. Exhale and inhale, take those arms back up. Exhale, see if you can reach through the center this time as you forward fold. Trust me, those legs are working. Drop it on down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, drop it back down to forward fold. Adding on a little bit here, press it back up into your half fold. We would want to see stacking as we would if we were on the floor. If you need to step a little bit forward or back, that's okay. So hips over knees, over ankles, shoulders over elbows, over wrists. Let's take 3 cats and cows here. If cow again compresses that low back in a way that feels uncomfortable, go ahead and skip it and just work from neutral. Good deep breath in. Drop the belly, lift the heart and the head for cow, maybe, maybe not. Exhale, tuck that low back, press through those hands, cat back here. Take your time, inhale 2 more cycles, so inhale, neutral or cow. Exhale to cat. 1 more cycle here with your breath. Great job here. Soften it back down into your forward fold. Root through those feet. Take the hands back to the lap. Press as if you're pushing the floor away from you to bring those hips forward using all that strong leg muscles and glute muscles. Inhale, arms come up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Down lower if you can. If things are opening up, move into that space. Inhale up, halfway fold. Exhale, drop it back down into forward fold. And let's go ahead and take a modified downward dog. So we're going to step a little bit more distance back, taking those feet away from us, pulling the hips back, maybe dropping the ears in between the biceps. Soft bend in the knees, tailbone stays tucked. Open through the shoulders and those back muscles here. Maybe a stretch through the legs. Just as in a traditional mat class, walk your dog, shimmy the hips, shimmy the shoulders. Find movement here that feels good. Take your time with it. All right, soften those knees, curve that tailbone, step it back forward with the right foot. Plant through that foot, soft fingertips here, drop into the upper body, lift that left leg. It's just in line with the rest of the spine, maybe a little bit lower. We want to avoid having you here where again, that low back is really tight. Hold here, best softly bend through that right knee. That leg is working. Lighten the fingertips so that this leg can balance you. You're strong through your left leg as well. Great job here. Tuck it in, set it down, bend those knees, roll, pressing those hips forward, using the leg muscles. See how you are feeling. Things are getting nice and warm. We got that little bit of work in here. Inhale, take it up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. Really stretch, open the back here. Inhale, halfway lift. Let's go ahead, right on into it. Step it back again for our supported downward dog. So you have your object here. You want to make sure that as you pull the hips back, You're not pulling so much that your tear, your block, your bench, or whatever you have is going to pull forward towards you. Try to roll those hips up towards the sky without losing that little tailbone tuck. Pull the shoulders away from the ears. Shimmy the hips here, side to side. Feel those legs stretch. Great for opening up, back of the legs, some of the sciatica area. Keep it gentle if you need to. Softly bend those knees, tuck that tailbone, roll through that spine. As you take, left leg this time comes on forward. Plant solid through that leg, light through these fingertips. And we'll go ahead and tip that body forward, lining up, thinking about crown of the head down through the spine, through the heel of this foot. You can drop a little bit lower if you need it to. And of course, we are all just taking our best guess on how that alignment looks, unless you have a mirror. So just do your best to make sure that everything feels good and safe. Hold here, you're doing great. Let this left leg balance you. Set that right leg on down. Forward fold. Tuck the tailbone, roll that spine. Back up. Wonderful job here. Let's go ahead and just gently twist side to side. As you do, let those arms slowly wrap around you here. Open up a little bit of back and spine mobility, wrist circles if you need that. Back to the center. Solid through those feet. Inhale, take those arms up overhead. Exhale, cactus here. Squeeze those back muscles. Inhale, overhead. Exhale, set them down. If spacing on your surface allows, a little bit wider and not as far back as downward dog, but maybe just 1 foot's length away. Send those hips forward, lift those heels slightly. We're gonna take a good deep breath in and we're gonna exhale, push up here, drop the chest. Press from those hands, tailbone stays tucked so that low back is nice and long. Press, great job here. One more time, nice and strong through those arms. And pull it back. Beautiful job here. Shimmy those hips side to side. Soften it up, release just a little bit forward so that you can take that right leg back forward, step that left leg further back. Pull straight back. Now these hips may want to get away from the stretch a little bit. Try to keep them lined up with the front of your block. Lower this upper body down, softening through the arms as much as you need to find your perfect stretch. Bend that knee forward as you slowly peel up, fingertips to the block. Tailbone tuck, adjust through that low back and continue to press and roll it yourself up. Great job here. Straighten back, softly bend forward. Knee is not going to go past the toe, and hopefully your object gives you a really great space to figure out that length. Press it up and back. Release back down into the stretch. And then go ahead here. Your back foot is gonna step up about halfway. Front foot comes back to meet it. Shimmy through those hips, and again, nice strong connection through the hands. Soften the knees, tuck that tailbone, lean forward a little bit. Good deep breath in. 4, 3, lower yourself down. Shoulders stay out of the ears, press. 4, 2, 4, 1. And let's switch it out. Opposite foot, so this time my left leg will come forward, my right leg will come back, pulling back here, hips staying squared up to the front of the box. And it could be different on this side, but lower yourself down, find that stretch. Adjust your footing if you need to. Beautiful job here. Bend that front knee forward. Slowly start to lift to fingertips. Tuck that tailbone and continue pressing from this foot to roll yourself up. Straighten this leg back. Let that knee again bend back forward. Think about sending weight into the heel and pressing through the heel to send weight back. A little bit of balance and strength here. You're doing wonderful. One more. Bend it back forward again. Come on back down into your stretch. And let's go ahead, step that leg back. Pull it back, downward dog stretch here. Send it forward with the opposite leg. So in this case, my right leg, fingertips to the box. We're going to open up here. You can support on the hand, on the forearm, on the fingertips, all the options here. I want you to think about this like a side plank. You can open your top arm, looking to stack the shoulders. Strong, strong, strong here. Lower it on down, and we're going to switch them out. And I hate it so much when I turn my back to you, so I'm gonna move, you stay where you are. Open it up, other side. Great job here. Keep holding, nice and strong, you're doing so good. One more breath cycle here. Exhale, lower it on down. Go ahead, again, turn to face your block. Shimmy it out. Roll anything that you need to, and when you are ready, roll it on up. Meet me back in mountain pose here. Again, side to side, check in with the spine, check in with the back, take it forward. Home stretch, we are almost there. All right, let's go ahead. Inhale, take those arms up overhead. Exhale, forward fold. All the way down, bend those knees. Inhale up, halfway fold, lengthen it out. Exhale, drop it down, tuck that tailbone. Roll it back up into half fold, but keep a soft bend through your left knee. Extend the right leg out. Good deep breath in, come to fingertips if you would like. Exhale, draw it through the center. Inhale, open it back. 2 more times. As you extend after your third knee in, roll to that foot, pull those hips back, bend that front knee forward, but stay low here so you have a stretch through that lower back ankle, lower leg. And let's go ahead and switch that out. Step that forward. Again, to the fingertips. Roll it down to forward fold. You can stay on the hands if you would like. Fingertips is just an option. It's always a get to, not a have to. Up to halfway fold, soften through the right leg, or opposite leg this time, extend the other leg. Good deep breath in. Exhale through the center, keep some height. Inhale to open long without dropping the belly. 4, 2. 4, 1. Send it on back after your third one. Drop it down, roll that foot, press that heel to the floor. Softly bend, taking the body forward. Front knee bends forward. You've got that stretch through that back lower leg and ankle. Hopefully. Step those hands into the center. Press through the fingertips, through the thumbs, through the palms. Send it forward a little bit. And then go ahead, step both legs back. We're not here, we're here, nice and strong. If you need to walk those feet in and get a little more support, that's okay. Make sure to keep that tailbone tucked, but hold here in this high plank if you can. Modify it any way that you need to. 3 breath cycles here. Core pulling up and in. Squeeze through those glutes. You're not dropping the belly. Nice and strong, rib cage up. And go ahead, step it forward. Soften into your forward fold. That was it. Tough part is over. Roll it on up. Inhale, take those arms up overhead. Exhale, drop them down. One hand to the heart. One hand to the belly. Leave the eyes open here, especially since we're not really connected to anything but ourselves. Taking a nice standing aware meditation here. Soften through your shoulders. Allow your breath to slowly start to smooth out. You're nice and relaxed. Everything feels good. Slide both those hands here to the heart. Bow the head just a little bit. Good deep breath in. Close the eyes if you wish. And exhale, bow it forward. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. Hopefully meeting that balance and strength into a really beautiful flow that has left your body and your mind feeling amazing. Of course, I am honored to have led you through this practice, and I know that you did a wonderful job at home, so please do not be hard on yourself. If anything didn't look exactly like you think that it should have, or if it didn't look like mine, or if it didn't look like it did the last time you did it, the body is always in such a fluid state. And the really beautiful thing about yoga is it allows our movements, our stretches, our strength exercises to be fluid with us. So as the body changes, so does our yoga flow, sometimes in different ways and in ways that we would not expect. You have done a wonderful job. Thank you so much for joining me for today's practice. Meet me back here for the next amazing workout. You are all done for today. Thank you for watching.